Google promises to fix Gemini's image generation issue. Microsoft's upcoming custom chip will be made by Intel. And Apple Sports puts real-time scores on your iPhone lock screen. It's Thursday, February 22nd, and this is Engadget News. Google's Gemini chatbot, which was formerly called Bard, has the capability to whip up AI-generated illustrations based on a user's text description. You can ask it to create pictures of happy couples, for instance, or people in period clothing walking modern streets. As the BBC notes, however, some users are criticizing Google for depicting specific white figures or historically white groups of people as racially diverse individuals. Now, Google has issued a statement saying that it's aware Gemini is offering inaccuracies in some historical image generation depictions and that it's going to fix things immediately. According to Daily Dot, a former Google employee kicked off the complaints when he tweeted images of women of color with a caption that reads, "It's embarrassingly hard to get Google Gemini to acknowledge that white people exist." Other users, mostly those known for being right-wing figures, chimed in with their own results, showing AI-generated images that depict America's founding fathers and the Catholic Church's popes as people of color. In the tests performed by Engadget, asking Gemini to create illustrations of the founding fathers resulted in images of white men with a single person of color or woman in them. When we asked the chatbot to generate images of the Pope throughout the ages, we got photos depicting black women and Native Americans as the leader of the Catholic Church. Asking Gemini to generate images of American women gave us photos with a white, an East Asian, a Native American, and a South Asian woman. Gemini's behavior could be a result of overcorrection, since chatbots and robots trained on AI over the past years tended to exhibit racist and sexist behavior. In one experiment from 2022, for instance, a robot repeatedly chose a black man when asked which among the faces it scanned was a criminal. In a statement posted on X, Gemini product lead Jack Krozik said Gemini will continue to generate racially diverse illustrations for open-ended prompts, such as images of people walking their dog. However, he admitted that historical contexts have more nuance to them and will further tune to accommodate that. Intel's relatively new Foundry division has just landed a notable order from Microsoft. According to Bloomberg and the Wall Street Journal, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella announced that his company will be tapping into Intel's latest fabrication process for an upcoming in-house chip design. But given Intel's process roadmap, this means we likely won't be seeing Microsoft's new chip until 2025. While neither company disclosed the nature of said silicon, Microsoft did unveil its custom-made Azure Maya AI accelerator and Azure Cobalt 100 CPU server chips last November, with an expected rollout sometime early this year to bolster its own AI services. The Cobalt 100 is based on ARM architecture, and it just so happens that Intel has been optimizing its 18A process for ARM designs since April of last year. It even became an ARM investor later. So there's a good chance that this collaboration may lead to the next-gen Cobalt CPU. In addition to the usual efficiency improvements as node size decreases, Intel 18A also offers the industry's first backside power solution, which, according to IEEE's Spectrum, separates the power interconnect layer from the data interconnect layer at the top and moves the former to beneath the silicon substrate, as implied by the name. This apparently allows for improved voltage regulation and lower resistance, which in turn enable faster logic and lower power consumption, especially when applied to 3D stacking. And there's a lot more to this article, including more technical information, and you can find that article at Engadget.com. Apple today announced Sports, a new iPhone app offering real-time stats for a number of major leagues. Once installed, users can set their favorite team and get a trove of data on their lock screen and the live activities box when the team is playing. Available free starting today in the US, Canada, and the UK, the app currently supports basketball, hockey, and soccer. The company added that other sports, including baseball and football, will debut for their upcoming seasons. There are plenty of reasons you might not be able to watch your team of choice play live. Say you may have a prior engagement. The game may not be televised. Or Todd Bowley has done so much damage to the club you can't bear to look at it anymore. In those situations, push alerts from major sports apps have been a lifeline, but it's not always entirely reliable. Now it has been possible to get this working since iOS 16 if you fancied messing around in the depths of the Apple TV app, and some third-party platforms like MLB's homegrown app would put this data in your lock screen or dynamic island. But Apple says that its own setup offers a simple and fast way to stay up to speed on the teams and leagues that you love. The setup will also sync up with any sports preferences already stored in the Apple TV or Apple News app. Of more concern, though, is that sports will also offer up live betting odds for the games as they're in play. It's worth noting, it will be possible to deactivate the live odds feature in settings, but it seems like it would have been smarter and less potentially harmful to make that opt-in rather than opt-out. Apple Sports is available to download now in English, French, and Spanish are supported where available. Thanks for listening. There's more to these stories and additional articles at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism by Engadget contributors Mariella Moon, senior reporter Richard Lai, and senior editor Daniel Cooper, and was produced by Spoken Layer. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow morning with more tech news from Engadget.